teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it. Here's Dillon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. On 1st down, Dillon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Tua. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They run with Dillon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. To the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
A long ways to go here on second down. Running the toss here to Dillon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up. Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Being chased out left. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete.
Hello.
Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Desmond King back deep.
Start that shit, boss. God damn. It's Father's Day, man.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out
Nigga been MIA for 2 days. Now he not only want to argue about some shit. Boy, shut the hell up. What was yesterday? What was yesterday? Oh, okay. Motherfucker, your ass wasn't busy all fucking day. Shut the hell up, dude.
The Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign.
Boy, shut your ass up, nigga. You wasn't no damn hooper, nigga.
The adrenaline and aggressiveness
was not.
to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting the tone early for his defense.
Shut up,
the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Lindsay.
Sound like y'all niggas playing plunder.
Across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line.
Oh, man.
Throwing on
Ain't this what you been talking about, Fizzy?
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Man.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people.
I can tell already just by it. It's just regular right now, and it's already doing some shit, man. You been working on that motherfucker, man. You right, cause my first game I got up to a level 16. Oh yeah. Yeah. You still dropping that storage time?
Scrimmage the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsay. And he's dropped right at the 40.
Yeah, they didn't want to do the new gun alert, new gun alert. You didn't want to do that?
There's a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes
double
his
HP
job
right
to
now
make
too.
more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Oh man, the way that shit
like
walking
we've got
shit
a dime
down.
set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Most of the time, I don't never really hear streamers talk down on the gun like this. I'm just like, talk about it, guys. I'm like, really
so now, if you're a play caller,
what's up?
you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Do something to it.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsay. And he'll get this down close to a first
But I doubt they're
the Dolphins 20.
going to nerf it that quick anyway, though.
They double that here and get 8.
This needs to nerf.
Feeling the running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
No problem.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
I'm almost done. I probably need a couple more games on that. I'm done with that.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
The
He's going to take a shot
yeah.
for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver
regular
to run
LMG
deep downfield and
damage,
try to connect that
but it got the fire rate of like the
Unsuccessful in that
M13.
attempt, but I like what they were doing.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A run with Lindsey out of the gun.
It's regular.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
I swear to God, I'm going to forget that shit, bro.
You have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Man, exactly.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
And then it even hit that long range like it's supposed to. You ain't put all them recoil things on it, attachments.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Dolphins are going to get a first down.
Sure need to get these damn free kills in that warm-up thing.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 big yards on that one.
Cool enough, though, to be real.
A couple of first
downs
even the
125.
As they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They give to Dillon out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
No, you can't.
A lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Where does nigga shoot me from?
1st and 15. Now Tua. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I don't think that nail gun got attachments to it, so I probably don't need to do nothing for that one.
To throw is Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
And it's just like it's an up-close gun. They know.
Watson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So that's what I'm thinking about with this one, man.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Watson now to throw.
How the hell you see me? On dead side.
This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Leonard Fournette in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. Who knows? The way their defenses play, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that taste out of their mouth here? And this carries into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll start things with a handoff to Lindsey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's caught out wide by Cooks. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Oh, man.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one
Damn, I hate all that fucking third party.
Busting this open, that's a good start for him.
And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. And now we're going to get a stoppage, as it looks like, yeah, that's Lindsey still down on the field now. We'll check on his status when we get back. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Quick throw completed by Watson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon Cooks. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
They put that damn 3 times on my
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there.
Oh, man. Don't let that nigga do you like that, bro.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you know.
You know he is.
They couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down now. Dillon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They'll run now with Dillon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They run once more with Dillon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Desmond King on the tackle. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Lindsey. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They were just trying to get their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. From the gun, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Fournette. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 82 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Leonard Fournette, for a big back, he can cover a lot of ground, and he showed off the athleticism there as he broke off a big one.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game. and by far the best touchdown of the bunch. They came in this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down. Yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tua. Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Tua on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
First down, Lindsay, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brenton, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Texans 28, Dolphins nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
I was looking out there, man. Big J up 28-0.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, it's Dillon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Not tried that.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And he fires one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have
I
thrown
am too, though. I ain't going to lie.
2nd year, as you noted.
I got 30 kills already.
So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
That's a big J, though.
Run it. Here's Dillon. That's a strong running. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Finding room at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now an open man, that's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown,
oh yeah, the knife's gonna take you down immediately, boy.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL,
Which I was playing for a while.
I was going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games.
I'm in overtime right now.
There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I got 40 kills right now.
Fournette. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep
First down.
Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
With the double XP, this will make Columbus good right now, though.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
So I can get credit for, what, 80 kills off of this match?
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, 17. Let me see what my shit rank up to.
A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys?
I got to number 32. 17 to 32,
one
boy.
thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand. A good
They had to want to play Webbo to go with it back sit out.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for A.J. Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to pass. Tua.
How much time left in y'all game, Fuse?
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Are you done now? Oh,
now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final try for Tagovailoa. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So Houston going to come away.